Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey, we got episode 2 of the bent fabrication chassis underway, so check it out. Alrighty guys, so if you saw the previous video, you know where I left off. I really want to try to start squeezing in some exhaust. So a couple things I got to do before I really get this thing kind of mounted for the last time is I don't believe there's gaskets in between any of this stuff. So I'm either going to have to use some sealant or RTV everything up, or try to find a gasket or make a gasket to fit that. So before I get too far and bolt everything solid, this all needs to come out, resealed up, re-put back together, and then I'm kind of on my way. But I'd also like to get the exhaust work as well. So once the exhaust is done, this is sealed, you can really start working on the sheet metal floor and whatever else I got to do, and all the shifters and all that good stuff. So that's kind of the game plan. I would like to start screwing this exhaust because I said I was going to do it like 20 times and I still haven't done it. So let's start working on that. Alrighty guys, new day out here in the shop, and I think today is the day I need to separate this, from that, to put a gasket there and a gasket there. So that I think is what's on the agenda. I'm still waiting on some flanges. I have stainless steel 3-bolt flanges that need to go there. I don't think I'm going to put one there, but probably another spot on here too, so you can unbolt the exhaust with the chassis all together and everything slides out nicely. So anyways, I think this is where I'm going to start. Let's get to work. Alrighty guys, so reached out to Mike who started this whole project and originally assembled this Eco box, and I looked underneath here and I could see sealant, RTV sealant here, so I asked him, I can't see any here, But I asked him if it would make any sense why he would RTV the lid on and not the halves, and he said no. As best he can recall, he's RTV'd everything. So I can't figure out how to take these halves apart. I'm assuming there's a retaining, like a snap ring in underneath this cover or something, and I don't really want to pull this cover because it's already RTV'd on and sealed up. So I think I'm just going to put it back together and hope this doesn't leak at this seam. I don't think it will, but we'll go from there. Like I said, I already have the gasket for this right here. So we're gonna, oh, that was lucky. I think it's only got one way it can go on. I'm pretty sure, because I think the holes are, the pattern's slightly different ways. Yeah, that doesn't line up. That's where I just had it. That doesn't line up. So yeah, we'll stab it back together and put some nuts in there and bolt it all together again. Okay guys, got the shifter just kind of mocked up. There's no instructions with any of this stuff, so I just kind of wanted to figure it out real quick. But yeah, this has officially got a seal in between. This side doesn't actually require a seal, which is pretty cool because it has the oil seal there, and then it just kind of seats on this surface. So that is sealed up, doesn't require a seal. And then this shaft obviously has its oil seal here, so no fluid comes out of the Tcase. And yeah, so pretty simple. The next thing really to do is bolt this thing back in. Before I do that, I want to make sure I have clearance down here. This has already been cut for clearance, not by me, but I think it just needs a little bit more shaving just to make sure that nothing hits the Tcase, because that's steel, this is aluminum, that's gonna win, this will have a hole in it. So let's make sure that clears. Let's button this thing together, and then we can actually install our drive shafts. And then yeah, I think oh yeah, and then the mounts. So let's put the mounts in solid, all that stuff, and then we're kind of done underneath here except for my exhaust, and then I can start putting floor pans in. So let's start sheet metal work hopefully next week or maybe this week. Let's kind of get a dash assembled, somewhere to mount my shifters. We'll really start taking off once we have all this stuff buttoned up for the last time. So, and then as of course, if you can see down here, I still need to box in the upper link mounts similar to this on the front. So anyways, let's put that there and continue our day. Okay, one more update. So got all the bolts tight, everything's tightened up. I actually got all the U-joint straps for the yoke and yeah, other yoke. And then the front drive shaft is in as well. So both drive shafts are in. I think what I'm gonna do is start building these tabs for that link, just so it has a plate on this side, so she's back in double shear up front, just as I did in the back. Just boxed them in. It greatly strengthens that point. So I'm gonna try to knock these out, and then really I think I'm onto the floor. Since I don't have my exhaust flanges in yet, I'll probably start using cardboard and getting this thing templated out. I also reached out to Bent Fabrication. This piece right here, I just think it would look good if there was the exact copy right there. So I'm gonna reach out to them and have them make me 2 of those and send them this way. So that way it'll be matched on this end, same as that end, and I think it'll look pretty good. More complete than what it is. So anyways, that's the game plan. I'm gonna punch out some tabs for this, box that in, work on the floor. Okay, quick update. Awesome day outside today. It's like 65. I filled up the black box with MT90 oil. I think it's called like Redline or something like that. MT90 Redline is what the black box called for. 3/4 of a quart goes in there, and I put this little fitting on here, so I might use the accordion style self-venting or self-expanding vent thing on there. I'll show you that later. Or I might run a line and a containment loop and put the vent somewhere else. So anyways, this has been filled up, and that is good to go. I started work on the floor. So cardboard obviously is gonna be your friend here. I have this cardboard kind of resting on this piece right here. So I think I will be running bolts into that, and that will be holding some of the floor up, and then do panel tabs, you know, under here and here. So that's all supported. So yeah, we will start playing with some cardboard. I'm waiting on another one of these things. I reached out to the company. I want another one of those for this side, so it looks, you know, symmetrical and it looks good and finished. Plus it supports the floor really well in that area. So let's see what we can do with some cardboard. Alrighty guys, after a little bit of finesse, got the first floor pan in. Pretty happy with it. So I bent it downwards. It needs, this is at a lower point, so this gusset underneath there is at a lower point than the rails. So we'll have tabs, suck this down here, and then 2, it needs to get bent because this seat bracket is a little bit lower. So I'm hoping that this bend that I put here is going to be enough to clear this area. So just a little bit downwards, and it will sit, you know, probably really close to the edge, but it'll have enough clearance. So that's the game plan. Next thing is to knock out this one. So let's try to get this one underway and done, and then probably onto the passenger side. Same one as these floorboards on the passenger side. And then I can start building a tunnel and connecting it and tying it in with tabs and all that other stuff. So yeah, so far so good. Obviously it's just the first panel, long ways to go. Alrighty guys, so I was just about to start on this panel, and it's really difficult to get the actual steel up in here when this is in the way. And I was gonna weld this thing straight onto here, but I think I'm gonna make this bolt on. So I'm gonna get on the plasma cutter and cut some tabs out, weld it to the tube on the back side, so this will bolt in with 4 bolts here and here somewhere. And that way I can remove this thing and hopefully get my floor pan in and out easier. So I like that everything will be able to bolt and unbolt and pretty much get down to a bare frame, just like my 2-seater chassis. So anyways, I think that's the game plan. Floorboard, driver's side is in, and boy was it tricky to get this bend right and everything to lay flat and level. This kind of looks crooked, but it's not. It's just if I left this long, it sticks up, and I figured it was better to cut it down. So I really like it. I think it's pretty good. I'm gonna start tack welding some tabs to the bottom and get everything almost permanently mounted, so that way I have a good foundation and nothing moves when I start building 1, the other side, and then 2, the tunnel that goes over this thing. So yeah, pretty stoked about this. Let's get some tabs mounted and keep trucking on. So yeah. Alrighty guys, that is 1 seat bolted in. Everything unbolt, so you can actually unbolt the actual seat mount itself, so you can get this pan out, no problem. I wasn't able to figure out a way to do it cleanly where the pan would slide in and out, and this was welded in. So she bolts in with some 3/8 bolts, grade 8s, and I am happy with it. So on to the next side. Wishful thinking is that all the panel pieces that I've already made will work for the other side. Obviously just flip them and then bend them opposite, but I'm pretty sure this one's gonna work. Let's go to the other side. So yeah, this one's looking pretty dang close, super similar. We're gonna cut the same tab or same panel, and then I'll probably have to do some figuring out in this area because I think it'll hit the trans here, and then the starter's getting pretty close over there. But for the most part, I'm gonna start with this same panel in hopes
This panel will be the same as well, and everything will mirror each other pretty good. So let's cut it out of metal. Alrighty guys, there is the passenger side. I don't have it bolted in yet. I don't know, didn't want to do it yet. But I started working kind of on ideas for the dash. So I think I'm gonna get some cardboard out and just kind of build a tall tunnel and have the shifter mounted here, and then the black box shifter mounted here, and then I'll really have to figure out some magic to get the transfer case shifter in here. So he doesn't have a cable driven one, he's got a mechanical linkage one, but I think I can get it to work. So I think that's what I want to do. Start playing with some cardboard in here, see what I can come up with for a tunnel. Alrighty guys, another victory. So got the Tcase shifter hooked up. Works super easy. It's got a bit of a throw on it. I'm not sure if I like how the length of this thing, and it's really easy to shift. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna cut it down probably about half this length. So it's just a small little one. But yeah, pretty stoked that's done. And I basically just recycled this. I'm not sure if Aaron was going to use this, but I think this is the stock Chevy one for the 4L60 maybe, or I don't know where he got it from, but it was in his box of parts, and I just bent up a tab real quick, pushed it through, got a rod, and then hooked it up. So it is working like a champ. I was trying to start messing with the center console a little bit. I think the next thing I want to do is mount the black box shifter, or the eco box shifter. It's gonna go there, and then the actual transmission shifter will go over there. So it'll be pretty cool. I think I'm gonna pop some cup holders in here. There's tons of room down below this thing, and then I'll start shaping this so it's not so boxy and dumb looking. So we'll, you know, angle it backwards or whatever, figure out something, and then I got to start building basically where it starts coming outwards and forward and upwards and all that stuff, to try to connect it to a firewall that will go here. So I'm hoping I can get the firewall put in, or at least start getting worked on tomorrow. We will see how far I get. So anyways, little victories. I'm pretty pumped about this. So yeah, we will pick up tomorrow. Alrighty guys, so I believe I'm going to try to make the engine firewall today. So that's the goal. We'll see how far we can get. We'll see how easy it will be. I don't think it's going to be very fun, but we'll see if we can't get that done, and then we can start shaping this to make it look like it's not just a shoebox over a transmission. So let's get to work. Alrighty, now we are moving. So the other side, finally got it to fit pretty good. Pretty happy with it. Just got some slight little trimming to do on it. But yeah, and this is the exact template I use for this side, and it looks like it'll work perfect. So pretty cool. I like when they're symmetrical and easy to do panels. So yeah, let's punch this side out, get it tabbed in, And then we are probably going to work on the rest of this trans tunnel and have everything on bolt. And I'll have to make tabs, along this sheet metal. One, it strengthens the sheet metal up when you do these tabs somewhat like this. It's like a 1-inch strap welded to the edges. So we will do that, cover up the rest of the trans tunnel, and then, I don't know, then we'll figure out something else to do. Alrighty guys, here she is. Got that back wall. I still don't have tabs on this side, so it's just kind of chilling in there. I made this cutout for all your wire loom and all your electronics that need to get through the firewall. It'll all slip through here, and it'll mount your ECU and whatever on this side of it. So it'll hopefully be out of the weather a little bit and protect everything fairly well. So with that, however, that is gonna wrap up today's video. Yeah, tons and tons of progress on this bad boy. It's coming together really well. We just got done with Disney BMR this last weekend. If you guys are interested, check out that video just before this one. And yeah, we're just gonna keep trucking along. And if you find yourself with a couple extra minutes, check out F2 Fabrication on YouTube. Just some buddy of mine's, Albert. You've seen his rig in a couple of our videos. He's got the Angry Fab chassis and the Big Blue Beast. I don't know what it's called, but it's Big Blue Beast to me. And previous episodes. So as always, like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff, and we will catch you on the next one. Thanks.